How to use the details link for processes setting. Organizations will use the details link for processes setting to be able to view customized information about a new hire and the associated position they are being hired on. In this video, you will learn applications of the details link for processes setting, how to create the details form to link to the details link for processes setting, how to update the details link for processes setting, and how to view the detail link from a new hire's onboarding process. The details link is often used for troubleshooting. If you have conditions and something is happening in your process and you're not sure why a certain action is taking place, system admins will add those conditional fields to the details link so that they can see at a glance what those values are, so that during troubleshooting, they can determine how the process should have flowed. You can also use this link in order to be able to see information that's not readily available in onboarding. As you know, when you look at a new hire's process, only limited information is made available. Okay? You can see information about the new hire themselves, their contact information, start date information. You can see information about the process that they're on and when it was starting, as well as any steps, any documents, etc. But detailed information such as what requisition were they on? What is the offer information? Who is the recruiter for this particular person? Those kind of details are not available inherently. So you will also use the details link in order to be able to view that information without having to go back to the recruitment module. So first, what we're going to do is create our details form link. So under user-defined forms, I'm going to create a new form. Take heed to the name of the form because this will be used later on in setting up the details link. So once I hit create, I'm going to give it a code, a name, which I'm going to note down because I'll need to use this later. The name can be whatever you want. If you want to put a title on the page, you can. So I'll just include a title and just call it details link. Then I'm going to begin to add any fields that I want to make available when viewing this link. So first, I'm going to pull in name information of our new hire. Maybe I want to see if the employee ID has been updated. I want to pull in requisition information. So let's say that I want to look at the requisition title that this person is on, the ID, so the requisition number. Let's say location is important for me here. If I am using department information, that might be something that's important as I'm looking at information about this new hire. From an offer perspective, let's say that I want to look at the start date, so I can pull in my start date here. If there was any additional information, let's say relocation, maybe I have a condition around relocation that if this person has relocation, they should get a certain step. So I'll add that information in. And then lastly, I'm going to add in my owners so I can see who are the individuals tied to this particular requisition. So let's pull in manager name. Let's pull in our recruiter name. And then let's pull in our recruiter assistant name. Maybe I want to know who is the individual responsible for this person's onboarding process. So once you have all of the fields that you want to display, you can save your form. At any time, you're able to come back to this form and add any additional fields. So if you change your process, you add an additional field condition, you can come back to this form and update that field on the form so that you're then able to see it with the details link. Another thing to take note is you do not have to activate the form in order for this setting to be valid. You can leave the form in draft mode, or you can activate the form. Either or, the setting will still work. So once you have your user-defined form created, the next thing you're going to do is go back to admin, go to settings, and you're going to set up the linkage to this form. So when I go to settings, I'm going to look for my detailed link for processes setting. I'm going to click on that setting name. I'm going to edit my setting, and here's where the name of that form comes into play. I'm going to enter the name of the form that I created into the value field for this setting. So the name of the form was details, so I'm going to enter in details exactly like I put it when I created the user-defined form. I'm going to save. And now that I have updated my setting, the system knows that whenever I click on the details link for a person's process, I'm going to reference that details form that I created in our first step. So I'm going to go back to recruiting administration. I'm going to go back to my onboarding center, and now I'm going to show you how that shows up on a new hires process. So if I select my new hires name, here next to general information, you see I now have this details link. Before, there was no link here because I had not set up that setting. But now that I have added a form to that setting, my link now appears. If I click on this details link, it's going to open up a read-only version of the user-defined form that we created with the values populated. So here, based on information that is available in recruiting, I can see the information that I have updated on the user-defined form. Again, I can use this information for troubleshooting, validating that conditions should trigger. I can use it from a reference perspective, what requisition was this person on, location, etc. Thank you.